Now it's time to decide what training program to follow. And that specifically means finding the plan that best puts you on the right path to reaching your health and fitness goals. But when you're trying to determine what training program to follow, it's not quite as simple as grabbing a set of dumbbells and starting to throw weight around, no matter how often you hear that on social media nowadays. And we do hear that often. I know with the clients I have trained during my health and fitness coaching career, no two programs are alike because no two people are alike. Many factors play into determining the training plan you should follow, most notably the goals you've set for yourself. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's say you're looking to lose weight, tone up, and get healthy overall. Just develop a healthy lifestyle. Now, you wouldn't follow a bodybuilder's or powerlifter's training routine, would you? No, of course not. Once again, not suitable for what you're trying to accomplish. Now, there's also your level of physical fitness and your past training experience. Those come into play as well. Now I'm going to share with you the first step, and it's a real simple one at that. Just get your body moving. And that can be as simple as walking from a cardio perspective, body weight exercises from a strength training perspective. Now, why is that? Because proper form and movement is vital to any fitness plan to help maximize the benefits of each movement you perform and to minimize the risk for injury that will prevent you from pursuing your goals. If you're hurt, you can't work out. If you can't work out, you can't go after your goals. Now, your body also needs time to get accustomed to doing each movement properly, committing them to muscle memory, if you will. And if you're just starting out on your fitness journey, or if you're coming back to it after a long layoff, your body needs to get used to more consistent physical activity, and so do you. Let me give you an example of what I mean by that. I'm going to share a story with you. I have a simple yet effective workout program that I utilize in some way, shape, or form with first-time in-person clients. It's the first session I do with them each and every time. Now, of course, I tweak it as much as it needs to be tweaked because every person is different. Their fitness levels are different, their experience levels different, their goals are different. So, of course, the approach I take with each and every one of them needs to be different as well. But there are still basic core movements such as squats, lunges, push-ups, planks that are all part of this individual program, working from the inside out. That aside from their own body weight, the heaviest piece of equipment they will lift during this session is a 2-pound medicine ball. Now you can imagine the types of looks I get. I'll get smirks. I'll get a roll of the eyes, happens more often than you think. And I know that quietly inside their minds, they're thinking about, I couldn't possibly get a quality workout in working strictly with just body weight and a very light medicine ball. They quickly figure out how wrong they are, and they change their tune. Because by the time they're done, they're covered in sweat, they feel so much better about themselves, and they have greater hope for what lies ahead for them. They have goals in mind. Now they know there's a way to achieve those goals. And that's a great feeling. And that's the feeling I want you to experience as well. Now, a well-rounded program has different phases. And for most people, especially those of you new to physical fitness or just returning to it after a long layoff, you'll fall primarily into the first two phases, which are called stabilization and strength endurance. Now, stabilization, as the name indicates, pertains to stabilizing the body from the inside out, from the core out. In other words, building a strong foundation that your body needs as you progress through the program and increase the intensity of the workouts, the challenges you'll face moving forward. Now, strength endurance, once again, as the name indicates, points to developing muscle endurance so your body can safely and effectively tackle greater physical challenges. Now, each phase, on average, lasts 4 to 6 weeks. And workouts are progressive, meaning today's workout will build upon yesterday's workout. Tomorrow's workout will build upon what you did today. Next week's workouts will build upon what you did this week, and so on. And as you move along, you will graduate. And I use the word graduate. No, there's no cap and gown, no walking down the aisle or ceremony or anything like that. But you will move on to working with different and more challenging pieces of equipment, such as the resistance bands, suspension trainer, and I don't know if you can see it back there, but medicine balls. Now, I understand that these pieces of equipment here aren't as sexy and as trendy as strength training machines, as dumbbells, as the almighty and powerful power rack with the barbell and the 300 pounds of weight plates like I have back there. Be rest assured, as long as you remain consistent and disciplined with your program, you will move on to strength training machines and free weights as those that I pointed out. But again, you have to build from the bottom up. As I've said many times before, you can't build the second floor of the house before building the foundation and the first floor. You have to build from the bottom up to achieve your goals every step of the way. Now, if you're new to physical fitness, I'm going to recommend you start with lower weight, specifically body weight, a higher number of repetitions and fewer sets. In this particular instance, you'll be starting out with 1 to 3 sets of 12 to 20 repetitions of body weight exercises or equipment-based movements like on the pieces of equipment I showed you a short time ago. Now, as you begin to add resistance to your exercises, you can lower the number of repetitions you perform. For example, phase 3 is called hypertrophy. And now that's just a fancy term for developing lean muscle. And in that particular instance, you would perform more sets, typically in the 3 to 5 set range, with each set featuring fewer number of repetitions, primarily between 6 and 12. Now, based on your specific goals, that phase may come into play, but that comes down the road. You still want to take your time focusing on mastering the exercises and the pieces of equipment that you'll use during the stabilization and strength endurance phases. And that's the key, determining the plan of action that will best serve you on the road to achieving your goals. As I said earlier, no one's plan is going to be the same as someone else's, because no two people's levels of fitness are the same. But we all have to start with the same basic core movements. And we talked about those. Those body weight exercises are going to be an essential aspect of your workout plan because it's going to teach your body the proper way to move, proper form, proper posture, proper body control, proper movement. Because if you don't master those, when you do move on to the more demanding, more physically demanding pieces of equipment, now you run the risk of two things: not maximizing the benefits of each and every exercise, each and every movement, and potentially injuring yourself. That's why we're talking about starting from the bottom and working your way up. Safe, effective, progressive. I cannot emphasize that enough.